Hey guys, so I just finished taking a bath, so my hair is still wet, and I kind of wanted to go through a procedure of how I would get ready in the morning. So usually what I do is get out of the shower, dry off, moisturize my face, go put a little bit of clothing on, come back after a few minutes after the moisturizer has sunken into my face. Then I apply my makeup and I do my hair last. So I'm going to try to do my makeup routine from start to finish. So I'm going to start right away because I only have 10 minutes and I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. So the foundation that I've been using primarily this week is Revlon's Color Stay. And what I'm going to do is use a stippling brush to apply this. I've actually been applying a little bit of the foundation to like a paper plate and using the stippling brush on that because I find it a little easier to get the product onto the brush. So I'm using the MAC 187 and I'm going to start stippling this on my face. So I usually just kind of work it in a large area around my face. The Revlon Color Stay does have the tendency to dry pretty quickly, so you do need to work a little bit quickly with this. So I just kind of stipple it all over my face. And then what I'm going to do is, after I've gotten it pretty well onto my face, you can see I look kind of funny, I start working in circular motions. With this brush, you should not be pushing very hard. It's a very fluffy brush. You just kind of lightly blend this around. Just like this. You want to make sure you get to the hairline pretty well. Alright, once you think you've got it blended out pretty well, what I've been doing is going over it with this sponge, and this sponge has a triangle side. So I have 3 different uses. I put it in a clean, safe place. What I've been doing is kind of going over the foundation just to make sure that I've got it all blended in. Sometimes with a stippling brush, especially with the Revlon Color Stay, if it does dry before you've completely blended it in, you will see just little uneven patches on your face. So I find if I go over with a little bit of a sponge just to blend it out as a sort of final step, that helps to blend it really nicely into the face. Use the Maybelline's Mineral Power Concealer and apply that to the under eyes and to any spots that I want to cover or red spots. So I think those are kind of the spots I need to conceal on my face. So what I would do then is to kind of gently pat that into the skin to blend it out. I like to use my fingers versus a brush just because I feel that the product stays more on my face instead of transferring to the brush, and I also feel that I can get it to blend a little bit more easily into the skin. I make sure to get really well under the under eye because I do have a crease that's naturally there, and I want to make sure that I don't get collecting product there. So now what I'm going to take is the SS150. It's a nice large powder brush, and I'm going to use Revlon's Color Stay Pressed Powder. I'm just going to lightly dab this on and just lightly blend that all over the face. I've actually been applying a little bit less powder than I have been in past, and finding that I've actually been able to control my oil a little bit better. I'm going to take the MAC 129. It's a nice blush brush. And I'm going to take this new Maybelline blush that I just got the other day. It's a really pretty pink, and this one's called Pincho Pink. I'm going to dab that into the product. Do a little bit of a smile and apply this to the apples of my cheeks. And then I kind of carry it back a little bit. When I go to work, I don't normally wear bronzers or highlighters just because that's a little bit more work than I want to put on a daily basis on my makeup before work. I also do go a little bit down my nose with blush, a little on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. I always prime my eye with my MAC Paint Pot in the color Painterly. So I just take that on my finger, glide that over the eyelid, going from my lid all the way up into my eyebrow area. I try to keep my eyes pretty simple when going to work. I almost always wear neutrals. So I'm actually going to use the palette that I just bought the other day from Maybelline. It's this really nice neutral palette called Copper Chic. It has 4 colors in it, and that's what I'm going to use to create my eye look today. So I'm going to take the SS239. It's a nice sort of flat shader brush, and I'm going to go into the lightest highlight color. So I'm just blending that here to my highlight area. So now what I'm going to do is take a medium brown that's in this palette. It's this one that's here. And I'm going to take the SS239. It's a nice sort of stiff eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to lightly pack that onto my lid. So I place it all over the lid, and I've gone just a scotch bit higher than my natural crease. Now what I'm going to do is take the darkest brown in the palette, it's this one right here, and I'm going to take the MAC 224, and I'm going to do the outer crease. I'm going to apply that to the outer corner and blend that to about halfway across the eyelid. I don't want this to be overly dramatic, I just want to give a nice little bit of definition here. Just kind of like that. Okay, then kind of what I'm going to do here is just take whatever is remaining on the brush and just slightly blend across the lid just so that it kind of blends this all out here, so I have a really nice subtle crease. And then I've got most of the color removed now, so what I'm going to do is blend kind of up and out in circular motions. Just want this to be nice and subtle. Today I'm going to use L'Oreal's Hip Cream Truth eyeliner in brown. So I hold my eyelid, carry the color out. So with the eyeliner that I've applied, I've just applied a nice thin coat all the way across. I've not winged it out, and I've just carried it very thinly to the inner corner of the eye. I probably wouldn't line my under eye area just because it makes it a little more dramatic. So what I'm going to do is just do my waterline, just because that's a little bit more subtle. So now what I'm going to do is curl my lashes. And I'm going to use my trusty new Rimmel Sexy Curve. I really like this new mascara. It's really easy to apply. And I can zoom in a little bit to show you. So that's kind of the eye makeup. It's really subtle and really neutral and very easy to apply. Today I actually wore Bombshell from MAC. It's a nice pink frost, and this is the only sort of non-drugstore product that I'm using. Just apply that all over the lips. I'm going to use a product by Hard Candy. This is a lip sheer called Mouthing Off. It's a really pretty light pink that goes very well with this lipstick that I'm wearing. I'm just going to place that on my lips. And this is a shot of the lips up close. A really subtle pink. And this is kind of the makeup. I do have a little bit of a pimple that to me looks like it shows up. Everything on my camera shows up a little bit more red than it does in person. It is a little bit red, but I'm trying not to irritate it with too much product. So this would kind of be what I would do for an everyday look. What I would do after this is style my hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day.